here we go. We are live on game number 4, Elpern against Caosak, and this I really like this cash game so far. Also the maps, we have Elpern as Soviets, fielding guard rifle combined arms, airborne troops, and mechanized support tactics. And on the other side, we have Caosak. We have a slight deviation, I would say. We see OKW instead of Austria, and we have GO, or also known as Cape and Offensive. Spec Ops, never mind. We have GO, Cape and Offensive on the Cape map. Isn't it amazing? Will be. I like it. That's a joke that I would laugh at all the time.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Cape would be really proud. So, and Caosak Elpern went for guide rifle combined arms. One of my favorite dogs in 1 vs 1 actually. I know it's got a few nerfs, like everyone got his damage or repair speed buff removed. The looter got changed against the single strafe, but in the end I would still say it's a really good doctrine.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
So yeah, Elpern meanwhile opening with the most classic build order at the moment for the Soviet meta, double engineer into 3 conscripts probably. Caosak is playing double Volksgrenadier. He has options for Panzerfusiliers. People tend to do the mix, like double Panzerfusilier, double Volksgrenadier. Something like that. Will be so yeah, here we go. His third unit will be a Panzerfusilier. Keep in mind that Panzerfusilier really kicks off. They need their weapon upgrade to G43. So keeping ammo control is not really important for Caosak in the early game. Otherwise, he has a unit which is slightly worse than the Volks. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Ah. Too much Cape influence on this map. Yeah, you can argue about it. So, it looks like Elpern is trying to put his main concentration of force on the left-hand side, but no, he's switching towards the middle. Caosak is falling back with his Stern Pioneer. Nice Via there, like, from Elpern, probably trying to reduce the flanking opportunities and also deny the cover that only he can use it. He fired off this cover. He learned from his mistake in game number, or in the previous game, where he fired off his own cover. Oh, was that the decent ambush now? Caosak doesn't know what to do. Give me a second. Second Panzer Fusilier now on the field. Yeah. I think Caosak can be happy so far with the map control, double VP cap, having his sides under firm control. Elpern forgot to cap this point, so also a slight resource lead there for Caosak. Also, he doesn't lose that much manpower. His dancing around with the Stern Pioneer actually paid off in the end. But now we have the flamethrower combination running with the conscripts. Probably we are seeing the flamer merge. And I don't think Caosak can win this engagement, especially he's outnumbered 3-2. And like I said, Panzerfusilier without veterans and without upgrades are kinda weak in the early game. But support of more supporting units? More support of supporting units. I'm an amazing dude, I know. Forced off Elpern completely, and Caosak went to go for double fuel. Nice mine coming down here. We have the tech on the field. Meanwhile, we have Elpern trying to deny the cutoff there. So no double fuel actually for Caosak, but in the end, still map control lead for Caosak. Panzerfusilier now moving forward. Yeah, now going for the viewpoint there. We have tier 2 coming out. I assume Elpern will queue in an AT gun once he can, because the meta for OKW is the flak half track, and Caosak is not that far off it from it. And you can't deal with it without an AT gun. Like, guards are also not particularly good against it, even though they have some anti-tank capabilities. But due to the fact that the flak half-track pins, you really are needing an AT gun to get rid of it. Otherwise, it's really expensive to try to damage it without an AT gun. The Panzer Fusilier is doing... yeah, not doing fine, but like I said, without weapon upgrades, they're not the best unit. Elpern will now equalize the field. He has a decent position to fight this off. Pioneer is pushing in, but they might get focused off. Depends now on how good the RNG is. They're really low. Here we go. They're retreating. Not the biggest impact now. They will focus the Panzer Fusiliers. Panzer Fusiliers don't have really good long-range DPS. Like, or long-range damage. The DPS itself is not good, but if they can keep long range, they win most of the engagements without the weapon upgrade. Flak half-track on the way from Caosak as expected. Elpern flooding a little bit manpower there. Let's see what he's planning to do. Meanwhile, we have how it looks like a one engagement by Elpern. He was able to force off one Volksgrenadier, merge into the flame as expected, and full retreat there. Got call in from Elpern, but he's lacking ammo for the weapon upgrade. Yeah, exactly. Panzer Fusiliers with Veterancy 2 and the G43 upgrade is amazing. Sadly, we were not able to catch it completely. We just saw the end of it, but Elpern put a demo charge on the retreat path and blow up a retreating Volksgrenadier. That was actually pretty dang cool, not gonna lie. That was amazing. That's things that I would love to see more. Retreat demos, retreat S-mites. I know those are things that are probably 100% obnoxious and you would hate them if they would be done more and constantly. But they're amazing to see. Like, you need to have decent positioning for that as well, right? And it kind of punishes overextended squads, which I also like. So the Lost Volks really get replaced with the Panzer Fusilier, which on my side actually makes sense. Panzer Fusiliers are better than Volks, at least in the late game. They just struggle a lot in the early game. By the way, Elpern is dangerously close to, or Caosak is dangerously close to Elpern mine. It's the yellow cover. Demos only create yellow cover. I don't know how this works. Like I don't barely anything about the anti-hit the mine. You should get a sweeper, Caosak. So to finish my thought is like, but once you have the ammo to upgrade them, it's smarter to get them instead of Volksgrenadier. Ooh, the smoke was... oh, you can attack on ground, never mind. You could throw a grenade. Grenades do damage against the flak half-track. Ooh, that might be a dead flak half-track. One more salvo from the BGS. Is he risking it? Thank God to tournament mode. Otherwise, Elpern would have been pretty damn mad. Will the god get away? But Elpern lost somewhere. A conscript. Oh man, Elpern does two amazing plays and then one horrible. But in the end, he's now getting the T70. Should be fine. Caosak will probably get the Raketen next. Picking off the flak half-track was really good, and having the decent RNG that guards survive was amazing.
Conscripts can now throw Molotovs.
What?
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
And yeah. He's 17 on the field. That's a lot of pressure coming in. The T70 will definitely be an issue there for Caosak. Raketen though on the way. Will Elpern now rebuild the conscript, or will he go for another guard? I think going for another guard is better, since conscript get butchered by Panzer Fusiliers with G43 or weapon upgrade. But it's more expensive, right? But with the T-70 on the field, he's probably able to breach the gap there. And it looks like he's not getting that much of manpower damage done against him. So yeah, probably going for a guard makes sense. He's 60 ammo away from it. He doesn't bleed at the moment. So yeah, guard probably makes the most sense. But nope, he's replacing it with a conscript. Never mind. All my thought process for nothing. Ooh, T-70 gets one rocket in, will get snared, but the rocket is not in range anymore. Should be fine. Guards jumping in there, they will block any further aggressions. T-70 falling back just to be safe. What's Caosak next tech? Yes, manpower on the bank. He has resources overall in the bank, so it will be interesting to see what he's planning to do. He could tech up. Doesn't offer that much, since he gets the tag on the field but can't get anything from it. Maybe a Obersoldaten, but I think he's pretty much happy with his army composition. Maybe a second Raketen or an MG. Something like that, but he's getting a second Raketen. Meanwhile, we have Caosak harassing the cutoff from Elpern. That's awesome to see. So far, a really fluent and mobile game, and I really like that. Compared to the first two games we had on Trend Frontline, was a little bit of campy, but this game so far feels really mobile. I think that's actually the biggest advantage of OKW, even though it's not the strongest faction at the moment, but it's way more mobile compared to Austere, so the games itself are more mobile, which I really like. T-70 will get the warm welcome there from the Raketen, has to fall back. Should not be enough to kill it, but still, yeah, falling back makes sense. Second Raketen now on the field, so Elpern has to be a little bit more careful there. We have the second guard now being called in. We're getting the DPs right away. Elpern soon has enough resources for tier 4, even though it's not needed right now, but we are getting closer to the mid-game. Timing, or is it mid-game when the first tanks arrive? And Caosak lost the Panzerfusilier to Anti-Micro, not seeing there against the guard. A little bit sloppy compared to his last game where he was really on point and Elpern was sloppy. Suddenly the tables have turned and Caosak is a little bit too sloppy. 2 wipes already. Well, the one you can argue there was nothing that Caosak can do with the demo charge. The flag half track was also misplayed. I think smoking was an overreaction. The mine finally goes off over here. T-70 is doing some damage. 4 kills, Veteran C1 close to Veteran C2. Is the league though needed? Like, there are no support teams from Elpern at the moment on the field, so there are basically no target. You could say an MG makes sense, because MGs are always nice to have. Especially with the lost squad. Being able to hold your ground more easily. I would say that's normal. Like, that's a wipe that was easily be prevented by hitting the retreat button. The flag half track also was, I think, misplayed, like, you know. Of course, Elpern was greedy. He could have lost the guard and the flag half track would have survived. The only wipe that you can argue was, like, there was nothing that Caosak can do, was the demo wipe over here. But everything else was not on point. We have the truck coming up. Ooh, that's dangerous. If Elpern now wants to push for the fuel, he will see the tech is setting up. And then he will lose it. And that might be actually GG then. But it looks like Caosak is moving all his forces around the side to cover his truck. So it should be fine, especially since the truck is more than 50% built. You don't get any resources back when you cancel it.
remaining.
Truck is now up. Truck is now up. Here we go. He could now replace the lost Fusilier with an Obersoldaten. And here we go. Obersoldaten gets queued, and then the Chevalier upgrades, so he can request and build tanks. And actually, he's not that far off from a P4. And as we know, the OKW P4 is pretty damn amazing. Which actually surprises me. Like, Elpern was so good, like in the early game, or in the late early game rather, that I thought he will be the first to get to his medium tank. But Caosak is not that far off actually. So it looks like the super early game, where like the first 5 minutes, where Caosak was dancing around with the Stern Pioneer over here and got double fuel, was apparently more worth than the resources he got earlier. Fair enough, OKW P4 is not the best against the KV1, but overall against anti-infantry counter it's really good. And I'm not sure if Elpern will play that long till he gets the KV1 on the field, or if he feels the pressure to go for an T-34 early on. And with double Raketen and the P4, the KV1 isn't a problem, but not the end of the world. Molotov on the way, that's nice. Obersoldaten lacking the upgrade though, no ammo income at the moment for Caosak. Vet guards, that's the nice things you want to see. Those are the amazing things for Soviets. And it looks like Elpern is trying to play for the KV1. Let's see. No, it's interesting phase what Elpern will do. Will he, once he sees the P4, will he go for an AT gun, or wants he to play greedy and wait for the KV1? Both things an option. Both things have their downside. And I'm really interested to see what Elpern will do, because the P4 is now in the queue. In the long run, Caosak could maybe call in the Tiger. That would be actually a fun thing to see. We weren't that happy with the Tigers in the past. Game 1 actually had the Tiger, which was really useful, but the game was probably won earlier. Then it doesn't matter. Oh, somebody wants to retreat. Here we go. But nice damage from the guards and from the T-70. One Raketen with one already. Yeah, Raketen gets pretty amazing veterancy, rate of fire, range, and everything else. So keeping Raketen alive is really, really beneficial for a KW player. Like, Vet 5 Raketens are really strong, even though we don't see them that often. And the KV1 is on the way, so there was never a threat for being greedy for going KV1, because the P4 only now hits the field. And till the KV1 is on the field, or before the P4 actually will deal some game-changing damage, the KV1 will be already a long time on the field. But T-70 is a little bit out of position. The P4 could go for a chase, but it looks like Caosak is not committing. Nice mine there, but got spotted. Cover gets destroyed by the T-70. The T-70 is actually doing more health damage than model damage, but yeah, he sniped just one model. Not upgrading the Panzer Commander is probably a mistake. Like, the Panzer Commander is such an amazing upgrade. Like, more vision and I think more accuracy? Weapon accuracy, right? Yeah. It's really amazing. He swaps the mine with the T-34, with the P4. That's nice to see. And here we go. Commander's on the way. Also, he gets access to the light artillery barrage against AT guns. In my opinion, it's better on every tank. KV1 disrespects Raketens. I would say it's on both good, especially on the Panther, because the Panther gets really to a tank hunter unit. It's amazing. Like the Panther with the commander upgrade more accuracy and more sight on the unit, which is already really good. It's amazing against other tanks. Rakenton got recruited and retreated. Like, it's basically enhancing your already decent stats before pumping out some decent damage, though, against the guards. Guards have to retreat. Obersoldaten are... they're nice, not gonna lie, I like them a lot. And they will pay off, but it takes some time. Because at Veterancy 0, they get kinda outscaled by high Veterancy units. But once they have Veterancy 2 and they get their accuracy bonus, it's insane. I think in this matchup I would prefer the LMG instead of the STGs. Because of the long range engagement. And if you just look at the stats, the STGs are better. The only advantage of the STGs are they have a bigger radius to reveal camo units. But since Elpern has no camo units, LMG is the better upgrade. KV1 has to fall back, got some heavy beating. Will take some time till it's back on the field. The damage or the repair speed buff got removed last patch. So it will take some time to repair such a damage unit. Yeah, it's true for you, but even if you apply the bonus of the STGs, it's still less damage than the LMGs. Yeah, because the STGs ignore cover, that's true. They ignore cover, the STGs, and also they have more revealing radius. But even if with ignoring the cover, LMGs do more damage. It might be that the STGs are better with high veterancy stats, but at the normal rate, LMGs are better. Like, the only really big advantage of the STGs is being able to reveal units, like snipers, commanders, and so on. 75 VPs, by the way, remaining for Caosak. Okay, I was expecting, right? Caosak was doing really well there. Or not really well over the duration of the game. Yeah, probably because they have a better moving accuracy. Panzer Fusilier got wiped over here. Yeah, the game is pretty much over. I don't think Caosak will be able to get VP control anytime soon back, since he has some heavy infantry losses. 600 manpower on the bank. Really unfortunate. I think it came down in the end to losing the Flakkraftwerk that early without any impact. And the demo, like, it piled up, right? He was never able to recover from it. Siskan barraging coming in. Second P4 on the way, but only 68 VPs. Obersoldaten though pumping out some decent damage. Oh, good question. Let me check. Wrong button. That takes some time because it costs 7 ammo. 50 VPs remaining. Bet 2 on the P4, that's a really nice VP threshold. But I think it won't matter. He's not able to get control over the VPs anytime soon. KV1 going hill down mode. Yeah, the AT gun there as well. Elpern will be happy, like, yeah, this was a pretty, I would say, impressive game. Both are nading. Both are dodging it. Elpern lost one model, but he retreats as Caosak, and it doesn't matter, right? Double VP control, 25 VPs remaining. Caosak is queuing an Obersoldat, but the game will be probably over. Before the Obersoldaten actually hits the field. P4 is pushing, going suicide mode probably, because it doesn't matter. The game is over, no matter what he tries. Like, Elpern will sit One squad in each cap circle, and it is enough. Smoking the P4 so it will get away, but attack on ground hits, ATM will reposition and attack on ground again. KV1 bounces, 10 VPs remaining. Oh, grenade on those Raketten would be juicy. P4 gets picked off. KV1 is really low as well. T34 by the way on the feet from Elpern. No ammo though for a grenade. 6 VPs remaining. This VP got decapped and Caosak is calling the GG. Well played. And you know what that means? It's time for an ace match. I hope you are hyped, as I am, because that will be definitely a treat there.